And we're back live right here in the mother city of Cape Town, Grand West Casino. The lady I'm with right now needs no introduction. She's the queen of the city, the lovely Valerie. How are you doing?
Very well. Thank you for that beautiful introduction.
I think it's well deserved.
Great. Thank you so much.
So, Valerie,
Yeah.
I'm sure many of our viewers are out there and they want to know, who is Valerie?
Valerie is a single mother, born and raised in Johannesburg, big family, 7 siblings, one of a twin, and relocated to this beautiful mother city 20 years ago. And it was life-changing for me, exactly the same time when my divorce from my daughter's dad was life-changing. And I'm not saying everybody should go out and get divorced. I'm just saying don't stay a victim to circumstances. You are never a victim.
I like that. And it's so interesting you mentioned that, because there's so many females out there that, and I know from family experience, where you see people staying in relationships just for the sake of being in that relationship, even though they're unhappy and they don't feel fulfilled. What advice would you give to those?
I would say, firstly, pick your partner right. Pray about it. In our age, we got married very young, and I was working in the bank when I met this gentleman. Very charming, and I think I had no sense of discernment. I thought that this was it. I wanted to do things right. I wanted to be married. I wanted to be a mother. And I think with age, I think as we get older, there's generations now, people talk more openly. But when you go back in our era, in the 69, I was born, we didn't talk about it. You understand? Your parents did not discuss these things with you. But I'm never, like I said, a victim. I'm very fortunate and very happy that I married the gentleman I did, because I got a beautiful daughter out of it. Am I glad that I moved on and did not stay in the marriage that was extremely miserable? It made me unhappy. It was really not a pleasant marriage. And I got out of it and I realized my mistake. But saying that, he's not a bad person. We were just not right for each other. Then I'd speak to a lot of ladies about this. What mistake did I make? I got married in community of property, meaning all his debt became my debt. Right. So, and I think with that, when it's
life lesson
for ladies out there, right? So, why was that important for me? Because that was my turning point. Coming from a loving home, there wasn't. We were not wealthy, thinking rich, but we had food on our table, we had love in our home, and sharing was caring. I think we really, if you look at the word Ubuntu, that's what we did with our cousins. Our cousins today are like our sisters, right? So that's what we've learned. But in the process you still have a legal side to everything, okay? And that legal side is what really, at a very young age, with a child on my hip, destroyed me. I was 23 years old. I was a single mom, no car, no nothing. Okay, my house being repossessed. And that day I made a promise to myself, Valerie Vida, you will not be in this very same predicament, if God helps it, ever again. You're going to do things right, and you are going to become financially independent. All right, not relying on a man, because that was a very important thing, that my money is your money is mine, and we're going to live this floral life, you know. Life is so good and so great, and everything's going to be good. I've learned that take care, start with the basics, do your groundwork right, and then you will have a happy marriage. If you can communicate. And finances, you know, people, I said this in my other interview, money is the root to all evil. No, it's not. The lack of it is. And if you have financial independence, it gives you so many opportunities to help people in need. You know, you can serve it correctly. And it does give you it gives you a peace of mind. But saying that is, I needed working at the bank, then having to leave First National Bank, getting married, sitting without a job, sitting without a car, and sitting without a house was my biggest life lesson. And today still, and I think that is the passion, having a home as a young girl and it being repossessed is what got me into property in the long run.
Wow.
Okay, and I make sure, and one thing leads to the next. So I think in life, okay, what is my winning recipe? Consistency, to stay humble, and to do what you are good at, and to learn to delegate, right? We're a family business. I don't know if you're aware of that. work with my twin sister, work with my eldest sister, with my daughter. But if you ask me what is Valerie, no matter what, I would always remember what my dad says. I would always remain humble. Everything in life is a huge opportunity. It's a privilege. It is a present to be alive. I don't take any breath I take for granted. And while I'm alive, I really try my utmost to make a positive impact in people's lives. And I want to leave them better than what I found them.
Now, Valerie, I'll be honest, and I'm just sitting and I'm listening, and I'll tell you why, because she mentioned so many golden nuggets. And I'm sure there's so many people out there watching this who can relate to it. Because I know there's people out there who's probably in a position where they don't know which side to turn.
Correct.
Where they get in their house repossessed, where they get in their car repossessed, where they got that beautiful kid on their side and they're having all of these issues. And we are so grateful for you to be sharing these stories with us.
Yes. I think for me, what I'm saying is I don't wish that upon anybody, right? We don't wish it upon anybody. But I think for me, the turning point was when it was at a young age, right? So I think when you...
What gave you that, if I may ask? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But I know being in that position, and I know being in Johannesburg, and now you have created this empire, you're helping women, you're empowering women, you're a philanthropist. Let's take it back many years.
Okay.
Back to Johannesburg.
Melville.
Braamfontein, when it all began and you had nothing.
Yes, yes.
What gave you that inspiration?
My faith in God, firstly, and my daughter. I need now.
How old was she? Or how
she was not even a year old.
Wow.
She was not even a year old. So and now you have a husband that cannot pay maintenance and that. And I realized, I said to myself, you know, there's always two parents. You know, and I find this women today as well as another thing when I talk to ladies, they want to punish their husbands when they can't pay maintenance. It's a different story if they can and they don't, whatever. But I say to ladies, the time that you have with your child is far more important. I never received any maintenance. Wow. And I thank God for that because it made me realize that you don't play any parent up against another parent. That makes your child wholesome. It gives your child a ground of that, listen, have respect for both parents. You understand?
I like how you converted your, I will say, your test into success.
Correct. But you know what, I had mentors along the way, very good mentors. You know, I don't think
and what did they help you with? What
lots. I had people that I worked with that was very hard. I remember I was working for a temporary placement company, and I went and the lady said to me, oh, I'm going to send you to this client. He is extremely difficult. Just try and last 3 days. Just try and last 3 days. And I ended up working the 8 years. It was the hardest, the biggest life lessons I've learned was with that job when I got divorced to go and learn, which was supposed to be a temporary job.
So would you say that that job sort of got you out of your comfort zone?
Correct, in all facets. It was a different type of job. It was in a man's world. It was dangerous at times. It was at those times a petrol station, right? So it was in Elroad, where at that time in the 90s, bullets were flying, hijacking started.
But you still said, I'm learning.
I'm learning. I'm growing. You know, I was not a clock watcher.
Love that. Humble beginnings to now, and I'm sure many of you guys will be checking out social media and following Valerie. She's going to be awarded as a top 100 influential woman at the Grand West on the 8th of November. Now, Valerie, the big question, and I know everybody is waiting for this one. What are the secrets to your success?
The secrets, man.
The big secret. You're going to hear it now. Take it down.
I really don't think it's a big secret. Firstly, it is be in the correct circle. You know, people say, if you're in the wrong circle, you're not going to make it. You cannot have a positive mind and be surrounded with people that are not there to cheer you on. And I think that is a big thing, you know. I always had people, you know, being with Cherie, my mom passed away, she was 3 years old. I had always family or friends that never, when I had to work late, that support structure that could go and fetch her. So it's very important to have a good support structure, number one. And then secondly, I would say to stay humble and also education. You know, I never stop learning, never. And
That's humility. That's something that Mr. Grove has said. I interviewed Mr. Sidney Grove today, and that was his exact line. I will never stop learning.
Exactly, because you never know it all, right? We could never know it all. And I think my passion for people, for me, it is if the people around me are happy and successful, I'm happy. I always say that when, you know, not all of us are the same, but when I look into your glass, I always look to see if I can pour more. But when you look into my glass, you're watching to see if I've got more than you. And that's what makes me different from other people.
Wow. So I'm going to ask you a very, very important question. I know everybody is like blown away with this interview right now. And this is firstly, before we get into our final question, a special message from our director of the Influential Awards. And she asked us to actually pass this message on to you when we're doing your Global Leader interview. She said a special message. And this comes from Pinky Mothie, the mother of culture. She says that the work that you do in Cape Town and the support that you've given her has been nothing short of spectacular. And this event could not be possible without you. So I don't know much about it, but that's just from the mother of culture herself. And I know she's empowered hundreds and hundreds of women. And it's so good to see that sort of woman supporting woman.
Absolutely. And I think, and that's where I say again, it is how we were brought up completely, you know, sharing. And as always, I also say this, it is the givers that sleep better, not the takers.
Oh, well
at night.
said. Now, I know you have many different businesses. I had an opportunity to read a profile, not one, not two, but I think it's about 3 or 4. But what are you currently working on and how can people get involved?
All right, my main focus, I've got primarily 2 businesses that I work on, but my main focus is my real estate business. So I started in franchises in 2007, but right now I'm trading in my own name, which is Business Unlimited or VALERIE VIDA. And how I would like people to get involved is I'm trying to really, you know, and it's going back to this, I think, what do people want? They fight for land. This is what this country is fighting for. They all want land, you know, but what are you going to do with the land? So what I'm looking for people is to approach me, you know, with good developments, with investors, where we can also assist people that cannot buy, because Cape Town is, not everybody is Atlantic seaboard, 100%. You know. So I'm looking for people that would come with ideas. We've got an airport, I don't know, a new airport coming in. I'm looking for people, even the city of Cape Town, that can say, listen, we've got this ground and we can get homeless people and try and bring them into the system and give them a place to stay, a safe place to stay. So I think these tent camps have come out everywhere. My road coming now to you guys is quite stressful. On every corner there's people sleeping in the streets, and I don't think that's necessary. You know, definitely not necessary.
Like the Ambani story in the making. This is the and kid you not, I was in Mumbai, and this is exactly how they began. It was a vision by Mr. Ambani himself, who had a vision to create low-cost housing.
Correct.
And today, I'm sure you know Mr. Ambani. He is one of the wealthiest men in the world. But I think it's the fact that you have the right intention.
That, you know, and I feel, because, you know, I also involved in real estate, in training, and I deal when it was the Estate Agents Affairs Board to where it is the PPRA right now. So I know us as estate agents and me as a multiple principal, what money we pay to this government institution, and we don't get back what we're supposed to get back, right? So if somebody's listening, we really, I think that all these state agents are going to back me up on this. We don't get our licenses like we're supposed to. There's always issues, and we are literally, it's a financial drain, because we constantly have to pay fines, we constantly have to pay fertility funds, CPD points, and we really don't get the backup that we're supposed to. But in that fund, there is money, and that money, I think, should be allocated to people in need, people in the streets, the low-cost homes. But also then, let it go to the right people that will make sure the low-cost homes are going to be
built. Because there was actually a big issue many years ago, and I'm sure you guys would have been checking this, where there was monies allocated to low-cost homes, but how many of them were actually built?
Correct. Another thing is, also on this, I worked with Realty, which is a DSTV channel, Afrikaans channel, KykNet, with Henk Conray. And they have a program as well, which is Reno Raise. So they would go into townships and they would and people would actually renovate the neighbors and they would pick somebody. Now I say, and try and always make things around you beautiful. Okay, people say, oh, don't use that, save it for another day. That's not me. Take out when people come, the best cups. Not to show off, because they deserve that. You understand? Show it to them. When you have a house, doesn't matter what that house is, make it pretty. You understand? And also, I'm starting a drive as well with a lady, Anna Asanam, and I'm dealing with an auctioneer company with antiques and second-hand furniture. Not in the street where people just go and it's this horrible shop and you really feel like, oh, I'm too embarrassed to walk in here. I want to make it pretty because, listen, we have to look after our environment. There's great furniture out there that just needs a bit of modification. But I'm saying, let's build those low-cost housing. Let's put it in where we can furnish it, you know. I know in Australia and other countries, on Thursdays, they put all the stuff they don't want out on the streets, right? We in South Africa don't have that. Bin day, everybody must be out of the way. But I'm saying is put it out, and I think when people are in a little place where they're proud, it doesn't have to be, every person's different. I love my home. It's, you know, you would love your home because that's it is. Your heart is your home is where your heart is, right? So I think make it comfortable and then make it pretty. And that's what I want to see. You know, I want to see people to be proud. You know, people say to me, oh, but you live in that house. I don't want that. I want people to all be happy to own their property and that's what they have, to enjoy it and to make it as pretty as possible.
Not only is she a leader, but she's an absolutely incredible individual. You can hear the humility, you can feel the vibe. And I'll be honest with you, this is not some show. This is who she is. This is who she is. Now, I want to know, Valerie. Now, I was very interested when you spoke about people out there who has land and who'd like to, you know, I'm going to be one of the first people to contact her because that's development for low-cost housing. And
yes.
Is it only for Cape Town or are you across South Africa?
Currently, only Cape Town. And the reason for that being is, you know, you want to be available for your clients, yes. Right? And it's so, and I think that is to stay in your area, then you can actually do better, you know. And
so you understand everything.
Yes, you understand. And you know, when you say you're an area specialist, know when that's going up. So yes, definitely Cape Town. I'm in the northern suburbs. So, and well, the city is close by, and I know that the city of Cape Town is disposing of a lot of property, and I'm hoping that, you know, I'm going to the chamber things all the time, but I never get this opportunity to say, listen, let's talk. I've got great ideas how to do things. And, you know, you can share ideas, but you have to share it with the right people.
Correct.
And it's no good I sit around a braai every Friday night. Nobody's going to help me. You know what I mean?
So, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
To the people who's watching out this, and I must be honest with you, our viewers are very smart viewers. We've got hundreds of thousands of very special people out there.
Yes.
How can they contact you? How can they get in touch with you and start this journey?
Okay, so I think on your website, that my details are there as well.
Would you mind just sharing it with them?
All right, okay, so the main business is Business Unlimited. And do I give my website or can I give my phone number? Can I give my phone number? Because that's it. They can send a WhatsApp.
100%.
I will give
WhatsApp, guys.
WhatsApp, guys.
Don't trouble this pretty lady.
Okay, so WhatsApp me on 082 63 26998.
And you can share if you've got a property that you probably own, a land, if you'd like to do some development, or maybe they want to purchase a house.
Maybe they want to purchase, maybe they need a place to rent, maybe they're semigrating like I did. Maybe
you've got a house that you want to sell.
Good.
I don't know if you guys do that.
Yes, we do that.
So
we
it's
do
a
that.
turnkey solution.
Yes.
Sell, buy, let, develop.
Talk to me.
Lady. Sell, buy, let, develop.
Yes,
there's an ad right there.
Ad right there.
And it's Business Unlimited, right?
Business Unlimited. Yes.
So here's the deal to everybody watching. You are listening to a lady who's not just passionate about, I will say, making a difference in the community and giving people shelter, but you are listening to a lady who is out there, I will say, giving her time to people who really need it.
Absolutely. And also from that came VALVIDA, which are my names, Valerie Vida. And therewith, I would accommodate people. So you semigrate, you bought a property, it's not ready. It's not unlike, I mean, and the nice thing about my guest houses is everybody's like family. It is your home away from home.
So you've got guest houses as well.
Correct, and
Oh,
Airbnbs.
you can check it out. What is your website again? You just want to
Valvida.
Valvida.com.
www.valvida.co.za.
.co.za.
I'm still just
South African.
South African. Proudly South African.
Proudly
South African.
So,
Yes.
Val, before we love you and before we leave you,
Yes.
what special message would you like to give to your friends, family, and people out there?
Firstly, I think I would like to say I've had the blessing, of having been surrounded by phenomenal people, beautiful people. Tomorrow night, people are flying from everywhere to support me. And I would firstly like to thank them. And I would like to say to them that, never lose hope, always be positive, get up, dress up and show up, be the best version of yourself, and show a bit of love. Show a bit of love. Yeah.
I'll tell you what is so spectacular. I've interviewed lots of different people today and over the years. But here's one individual, and she literally just walked in as the last person today. She's a ball of energy, a ball of light. And I think when you mentioned helping people, when you mentioned where you began and the tests and the tribulations that you began and that you faced, and today what you've achieved, I think that's such an inspiration to so many women out there, to so many women who has a child and is going through difficulties in their marriage, and to know that you're not alone. You can be the next Valerie.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can do it, you can do it. Absolutely.
And it didn't just happen like this.
No.
She went, she got a mentor, she got the job, humble beginnings. Before you know it, she's sitting in Cape Town, and now she's empowering people. See, that is what the Global Leaders Show is all about. That is what we are here to try and empower you with. Valerie, final words.
Final words. Thank you, first of all, for your time. Thank you for this platform, and to your mom, Pinky, all right? Because we always say this as well with the Women of Wonder Awards earlier this year as well. We don't do what we do for the applause. We do it for the cause, okay? And I think if you can make a difference in somebody's life, make that difference. Take the time, and like you said to me, and I believe in that, is give them flowers while they're alive, not at the funeral.
Valerie, I'm looking forward to having you in my next movie or my next TV show. You're going to check that face out. You'll also catch her lovely daughter in the Influential Awards. You'll check her out tomorrow. Lots of fun, lots of vibe.
Yes.
Valerie, I just want to say thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
May your business be blessed. May you be blessed.
Thank
From
you.
myself, Rajiv Mothie, I've got one thing left to say. You guys have just been motivated.